What's up, bro?
I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Just working, bro. Working hard.
Yeah, I know. I
Working
like the
hard,
new
man. We're
look.
looking forward to getting on the show, though. You see what I'm saying?
Listen. I'm so excited that we can have you on the show. First off, I love the new look. You know what I mean? I haven't seen you in a while, actually. We've been talking about getting together, and that's just been crazy making that happen. But I'm glad that you come on the show today. I was just telling everybody that we took a break for like 2 weeks because I had to focus on other things that we had going on that I'm excited about, which you know about as well. But we're here now, and we have a lot to talk about. You know, it's always different, y'all, when you have family, you know what I'm saying, on the show, because you could talk about anything, you could be real, you could ask all the questions you want to ask. And you know, Nick and me and you been knowing each other probably 5, 6, 7 years now. It's been about that time. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, maybe even 8. Maybe even going on 8.
Right. Absolutely. And it was just amazing seeing your process. For those of you who don't know, Nick is a singer-songwriter. He is a producer. He is a father. And what's that title that you always use that I like? The sexiest physicist.
Ever sing R&B? Because I'm the only physicist to ever sing R&B. So that's how that work out. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's my self-proclaimed title, bro.
Right. Now I want you to talk to us about, because one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on the show is, you know, as I was telling Shay Parker when she was on the show as well, I was saying how a lot of times, you know, we see people who are like, you know, like out there doing their thing, and we want to celebrate those people, but we don't celebrate people in our circle, you know what I'm saying, who are making moves. And I was like, there's a lot of superstars like yourself, you know what I'm saying, who are doing a lot of amazing things. And one of the reasons I wanted to do the show is I wanted to spotlight people who are doing things in my circle, in our local community, as well as people who are nationally and internationally known. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do a show like this. It's something that you can see someone like yourself, someone that we went to school with, someone that we know who is in the business, who's making it as we speak, because I think it hits different when you can hear from someone that you know. So I want you to talk to us about your process and how did you even get started in music?
Well, my process, Lysious, first of all, let me just say thank you for bringing me up to the show. As you mentioned, you know, we have a story, history. You know, I'm in here with baby right now. She's in here recording, but like last year we was at the station.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was just singing your praises because it's so refreshing to have somebody that you was in class with.
Yeah.
You know, see them continue to hone their craft while you continue to hone your craft. And then at some point you get the, you know, God-given opportunity to bring it all together. So as far as my process has been an interesting one. You know, I'm coming from an unconventional background for a musician. By trade, I'm a physicist. So graduated from Howard. I studied physics and mathematics. And, you know, coming out of Howard, I was kind of like, well, what the heck do I do with this? This education, given that I had such a strong interest in making music, you know. So to give some more backgrounds, when I was at Howard, you know, I see some people in here. What's up?
Yeah.
When I was at Howard, you know, I was able to put out my first project. And my first project was called The Sleeping Giant, One Eye Open. And it was 12 songs. And that project really laid the foundation for, you know, number one, my interest in entrepreneurship. Number two, you know, my interest in, you know, connecting with the community and campaigning and learning about marketing. And, you know, it really just birthed, I would say, more than anything, that entrepreneurship spirit that Howard gives its students. Like, we're all kind of like bitten by that bug. So coming into Howard, I studied physics, dropped that project, and that project got me performing at, you know, Howard Yard Fest. So I performed at several Yard Fests, and, you know, I was selling my CDs hand in hand for $5 cash. And just remember that feeling of people liking my product.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and that's really my first experience in like product development. And,
Yeah.
you know, now since I work in software, I'm kind of in a lot of different places, which is the reason behind the name Dr. Electric. But we'll get to that at some point.
Yeah,
I'm sure you might be interested to understand why.
I was meaning to talk about that. So that was your first project, and you was literally, you know, just hustling at the time and just selling the product, and to where you're at right now. Um, you know, I know that you just dropped a new project, and we're gonna get to that in a minute. But I wanted you to talk about, even knowing that you had such a strong interest in music, but still the choice to go to school and to go the path that you went. Because somebody would have said, well, I mean, that's Howard. It's a lot of people who are doing music. You know, it's such a great place to connect. And why didn't you just go head on into music? Was that because of family? What was the reason behind that?
First of all, that's an amazing question. The real reason behind, you know, my decision to take my path was I saw that there was two paths that I had afforded to me.
Mm.
One was that of the stereotypical like starving artist path,
Yeah.
where I would have to go to maybe LA and sleep on some couches or something like that and kind of work it out until things manifested. And I was
Mm-hmm.
all for that. But I also had this other opportunity to me that looked like work.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that if I took advantage of it, I would develop some skills that, you know, while music is certainly every bit of my passion, I've
Yeah.
now developed new passions, right? Like
Mm.
now I'm passionate about business, and you know, selling that CD was the start of my interest in, you know, in entrepreneurship, moreover.
Yeah.
And studying physics made me realize, wow, you know, I have some opportunities to be an electrical engineer. I can work with
Mm-hmm.
patents.
Yeah.
You know, I can work and do research. I can work in consulting and make apps.
Yeah.
So I saw that there was an opportunity over here. And like one of the things I say about myself is I call myself Dr. Dre at the DMV,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the thing I love about Dr. Dre is that as much as he is a musician, he's, you know, he's in tech.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and his biggest payday
Yeah.
certainly is coming off the backs of him developing his brand, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's also in product
Yeah.
and in tech.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
headphones, bro. You know.
Yeah.
So quick story. When shortly after I graduated, I worked at the United States Patent and Trademark Office.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked specifically on music patents. So I
Mm.
was looking at electrical engineering patents, specifically focused in music. So, you know, Beats by Dre headphones,
Yeah.
you know, advanced microphones, synthesizers, which is, you know, the reason kind of for the Dr. Electric. But more or less what I saw was two paths. And I said, this path is going to require some hard work, but
Right.
I want to take a stab at that path because I'll have sustainability
Yeah.
and a potential bigger, you know, purpose and mission that I'm able to serve if I can understand the world of tech too, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
make some songs while I'm at it, you know.
Okay. So, um, so far, you know, you've done a lot of projects, and you've performed in a lot of venues. I want you to talk about what's the most exciting and the most challenging place that you ever performed at.
Wow, the most challenging place and the most exciting place that
Yeah.
I've ever performed at. Think about that for a second. I would have to say it's been South by Southwest.
Okay.
You know,
That's huge. Yeah.
I performed at Southwest. Thank you, bro. And you know, a couple years ago, and when I was out there, um, I mean, it's like crowds coming from everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
So you got people walking down 6th Street from Japan,
Yeah.
people walking down 6th Street from Landover. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like to see all of those people have a little bit of music that can appeal to them on that one street, that one
Right.
strip.
Right.
You trying to get their attention. So you
Right.
know, that's why I learned about like having banners
Mm.
and other types of, you know, ways to get people's attention other than the song. Cause it's like,
Yeah.
you know, there's a notion that even a person that's hard of hearing or a person that's deaf is experiencing South by Southwest, but they're
Mm.
experiencing it visually. So
Yeah.
it's like having something to appeal to them might just get them over where you at,
Yeah.
and seeing your performance, because there's all these different things going on that's out there to distract them too, you know. So
Yeah.
but yeah, man, it was that's probably the most exciting experience for me.
So let me ask you this: everyone has expectations about all of the industries. Like whatever industries you choose to go into, you always have expectations, and sometimes there's a difference between what you expect and what the reality is. I want to ask you, when it comes to music, would you say that your expectations of the music business is it consistent with the reality of the business? When you was going in, having this passion for music and wanting to do it, what you thought it was going to be and what it is now, are those consistent with each other or not?
Well, actually, I think that's another good question. You asked some amazing questions.
Thank you.
And my response to that, quite simply, is that I think, honestly, what I've learned is the music industry is exactly what I thought it was going to be, because I study it. I study it incessantly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I wake up in the morning, I'm watching, what's going on as far as the trends. The same way people watch stocks. I may, take a stab at looking at the ticker, but I'm looking at what's going on in the hip hop community. So I would say I understand it. My fingers on the pulse of it, and really, as far as my outlook on it is, I think it's better than ever for people like myself, who understand that, like, there's an opportunity to own our content, and it's like it's not even out of the box no more for that to be a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people like Nipsey Hussle, people like Kanye West, people like Russ, are showing us that, for he who takes a little bit of risk and who is daring to execute with excellence, you could really make something out of even COVID-19.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. Look at what you're doing right now. Like now, you're not allowing the lapse of physical opportunity to stop you from creating your own digital opportunity. So I'm looking at it like, I got products in development. Obviously, I've got my music, and my music is a part of my, it's a part of my portfolio of products that I put out that represent who I am overall as a person. Lysious, I don't know if you know, but like I have Yacht Club Keyboard Academy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like we really training people on how to play the keyboard. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I really have students, and they really went to Howard, and they really swear by the program, and they really, I'm gonna put on my Yacht Club cap a little bit, just a little
definitely.
bit, just a shameless plug, a little light.
Shameless plug. It's all about product placement with every opportunity that you get. You know
what I'm saying? I know you know, because you're 93. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm just saying, like,
Rick Ross sign back there.
And that's the thing, man. Because I tell people all the time, you never know who's watching. Because when we're done, I'm gonna put this together, and I'm gonna post it again, and we're gonna push it out there.
Man,
so
please,
you never know who's
so we
watching.
can see that's owning your content, and now we understand that content is the asset. Because we can look back on this, I think the thing I've learned by taking on the opportunity to build my skills in business and whatnot, and build my skills in technology, now I got the opportunity to think long term about music. So I don't think about music in like next year as I'm thinking like 10, 15 years. I understand that, like, I'm setting the foundation for building the catalog, and if I own it, then and I'm not worried about a label doing this, that, or another.
But see, let me ask you this though, because you bring up an important point, and I remember when Cutiful came to the station, and we had an opportunity to talk, and I was, we talked for a minute, and the 2 times that he was at the station, first time he was talking about not wanting to sign to any specific label. You know what I mean?
Who is this?
Cutiful.
Oh, Cutiful.
Yeah. So he was talking about not wanting to sign to any particular label and just being independent because he just loves being in control and ownership and everything. But then the second time that he came, this is right after he had signed that deal with Rock Nation. So I was asking, I was like, so what changed? And I want to ask you the same question, like, because you talk about owning and being independent and being able to be, to kind of like control your own path and your own destiny. What do you feel about being independent and signing to a label in this day and age?
Well, I would think about it like this. The same way, do you listen to audiobooks by chance?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're familiar with a company called Audible.
Yes.
I know you're also familiar with Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, the reality is that in order for Amazon to want to get with Audible,
yeah,
Audible literally, no pun intended, had to be running plays.
Absolutely.
Right? And they had to be making themselves get heard.
Yeah.
Audibly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To get on the radar of Amazon. Right? So, but once Audible has proven itself, when it gets with Amazon, it got more leverage.
Yeah.
And the reality is that for independent artists or independent label to get a joint venture deal with another label is awesome, so long as you're not giving up all your creative control. So long as you're not giving up too much of the pie. But I think that's also some benefit to having, more of a network, because labels they're established in the music industry, right? Like, so you and I have a relationship that I've cultivated, but labels have, they've had people come in the building that have brought in relationships that have tied them to Def Jam, for example.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got more resources, more network, more money, and you tend to have access to more expertise. Yeah. Because you got more people that have done it at the highest level. So for me, I think COVID-19 presents a situation where the labels that are used to doing it at the highest level now face a different challenge when we're in the midst of COVID-19. Right? So it's interesting to even see how they respond. And what I could also say is that a smaller independent organization, if they're decently funded, they may have the ability to do more agile things that a big label might not have the, it's just too big. It's too big of a machine to move fast. That's why a lot of people that sign the labels will say in these interviews, man, we still had to do it independent to get the label to move. Yeah. Right? Yeah, so it's like you still got to have in-house initiative, in-house leadership, and in-house strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to that and towards the end of this, but I want to kind of take a different turn right now because you're also a father, and you have an amazing relationship with your daughter, and it's just amazing seeing how you talk about her. And I want you to talk about how fatherhood has really changed you, and how that's changing even how you move and how you carry yourself.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you shifted gears on that. Because Skylar is literally that's my motivation. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I sing. And outside of obviously the Lord, the Lord is a God-fearing man, and the Lord is the reason why I'm able to be in a position to even have a child. But what I would say is, having Skylar made me realize that I have a lot more to be accountable for. And, I have a lot more of a reason to do my very best and to always strive to do things with integrity so that, like, it's one thing if I don't do right by a relationship with you, then basically I create a situation where, 10 years down the line when you running Radio 1, you know what I'm saying? First of all, you know what I'm saying? Give me the discount on the ads or something. But the reality is that, like, at that point, we have a relationship, and I'm able to put myself in a position where I can still look out for the one I love. So she's just giving me reason and just a why. Like when you're a young man and you're coming up by yourself and God is giving you some opportunity, you get ample opportunity to become selfish, right? But my daughter always makes me have to be considerate of at the very least her, you know. And now I have, you know, my very special lady in my life, you know what I'm saying, the queen, Rachel, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, it's like they are, you know, along with my family, obviously, like my mother and my father, I didn't get enough opportunity in the beginning to state how, out of everything in my life that has given me the ability to do what I do, I got to give it up to my mother and my father first and foremost for instilling values in me. But yeah, I mean, my daughter, man, she's giving me a reason why. She's giving me the ability to have extra willpower when I'm tired. You know, when I want to give up, it's like I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't give up. You got to keep going. And, you know, when I think about maybe even taking certain risks, as long as they're calculated and they're measured, it's like she stands to win the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
You know, so
that's amazing.
That's how it's changed me. It's just made me more considerate about someone outside of myself.
Yeah, that's wonderful, and you know, it's amazing to see that, and I'm always excited to see. I was actually working on a project recently. Had this idea for a movie. That has to do with, you know, Black fatherhood and everything. And you came to mind. You came to mind. I'm just putting it out there right now.
All right, you know I'm Jamie Foxx. Look, I'm gonna give you 5 good years of this song. We're gonna Jamie Foxx. You know,
I was right. I was thinking of this character, and I was like, you know, a character that's just so committed to like his child and everything. I was like, that reminds me of Nick.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. God is good. God is good. I'm grateful.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, no, and I want you to talk about some of the stuff that you have going on. I know you had a single out that you've been promoting called A Vibe. Talk to us about the other things that you have coming up that we should definitely be looking out for.
Absolutely. Well, other things to look out for right now are, you know, I pretty much went to the drawing board. The team and I, you know, pretty much came to the consensus that it made sense to try to find ways to incorporate more of the true brand of who I am into this brand of an artist, such that like Nick Sneed does a lot of things, right? Like Nick Sneed can do consulting. Nick Sneed will do your addition, your subtraction, your math. But it's like I want to create something that specifically aligned to music and specifically aligns to the fact that I am a you know, electrical engineer. I was an electrician for a minute. So Dr. Electric, right? And creating this character, which is a part of a bigger thing. So I'm working on a few things, and I don't want to, you know, they say loose lips sink ships. So I won't get into the absolute specifics, but it's like I created a single. It's called Queen. I can even play it today. But Queen is, in fact, I should play it. But Queen is the leading single off of this upcoming project that I'm putting together. It's called In the Clouds.
Okay.
And In the Clouds just represents being in the proverbial clouds of love, like floating on a cloud of love, floating on a cloud of maybe oppression and feeling like an underdog, right? And then slowly seeing that cloud lift from you because you're starting to, you know, kind of fight back and get some positioning, right? So it's like that cloud, and then it's also the cloud of despair and love, right? So you know,
there's layers to it, is what I'm saying.
There's layers to it, man. But it's all about different interpretations of what it means to be in the cloud, you know. And you know, Queen is the representation of being on the cloud nine of love, where not only is there love, but there's also just an understanding of like there's love and then there's a fit, where two people like love each other and they fit each other's life's purpose. Right? It's like, all right, Lysious, you do media, and then you meet your significant other, and you know they do digital marketing, you know, or they run a radio station too, and it's like, oh shit, y'all, hell no, y'all about to, you know. So it's like this song just represents finding that woman that is such a strong fit and such a strong complement to your life that it's like you need her here in position in order for you to be in your position as king. You need her to be in her position as queen in order for you to be in yours as king.
Now you know what I'm gonna ask you though, right before we play the song. Who was the inspiration for this song?
Well, so the inspiration for this song is none other than, you know, my baby, my baby. Her name. I'm not going. I'm gonna call her Queen Electric because we don't need everybody up in our business per se.
No, we don't.
But you know, you see her on my Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
If
that's
you know,
my baby.
you know.
You know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But that's my baby, and you know, really, she's really been someone that inspires me, just in a way that I've never been inspired before.
How'd y'all meet? So
we met. Actually, man, it's a funny story, and I just want to give a big shout out to Kava. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I work downtown. For a boutique branding, marketing, and management consulting firm. So I was on my little lunch break, and I went to go. You know, I'm riding my scooter. And I stopped at the Kava, at the local Kava, because that's where you know what I'm saying? I got a little
Kava was the plug.
Hey, look, the box step on fleek a little bit, because I was eating that Kava. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I would go there every day, and I saw her, you know, I saw her one day, and it was just like, I was just like, you hear that little music?
The halo.
Yeah, I can see your halo. Right. I was like, man, let me sing something, do something. Right. But I saw her, and it just wasn't the right time to say anything, so I just looked and kind of just kept it moving.
Right.
But literally, man, unfortunately, like, I'm addicted to Kava, bro.
Right.
I'm addicted. So I was there every day after that day.
Right.
And then I eventually saw her.
You just kept coming back.
Hey, look, it's like, I ain't got no time. Hey, look, I ain't got no time. We're going to eat Kava. We're going to eat good. You know what I'm saying? But I saw her, end up seeing her exactly a week later.
Right.
And I just introduced myself to her. She had like 25 people around her. I was like, hello, how you doing? Right. You know, I did the Howard intro. You know, the Howard teaches you how to intro real nice. Yes, Nick Sneed, physics major. So I just said hi to everybody in the group. And then, you know, I just pretty much, we just built a relationship, and, you know, we've been building our relationship, and she's just a beautiful person, beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, and highly intelligent. And, you know, like, just ultra dynamic with high levels of integrity. Because, you know, what you learn in doing all these love segments is that, you know, constantly the thing that's the deal breaker for most situations has to do, you know, with some infraction, something to do in that arena. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, I think, you know, obviously nobody in the world is perfect, but having somebody in your life that has good ethics and values and morals is everything. And,
absolutely.
We've been surviving, you know, surviving and thriving, and, you know, God is good, bro. So.
It's a blessing. Play the song, man. Play the song.
All right, let me play the song, G. Let me play the song, G. All right, so the song is called Queen. All right?
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
You were folks.
I'm ready. Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
Sneed. Mamacita, make me weak in my knees like that. Need your energy.
It's got a vibe to it. I like it. Hey.
End of the day. Your love lifts me up. Way too hot, come down.
Yeah, it's a real party song.
it official right now. Cause your love lifts me up.
Hey.
Girl, again, I want all of your love. Let's make it official right now.
Hey.
Leave you here positioned by my side.
It's a live Lysious exclusive, y'all. Hey.
I need you here positioned by my side.
Listen, you know I do poetry, so I had to hit it like this.
Of course.
Like a dead caught in them headlights. Got that ass stop me in my path like red lights. You got a nigga staring at you like websites. It's never how we can get ahead if your head right. Trust me, you and I cover my setup so thorough. Man, I want by any means, girl, you a queen like New York Pharaoh. I'm your king, let's live like Pharaoh. Just thought, come on.
Okay with the lyrics. Okay, lyrics.
Hey, and do you know Jay Rojas?
Who?
Do you know Jay Rojas?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so he's from this area. He played the guitar, man. I'm gonna let the guitar solo ride out.
Yeah.
Queen, I need you here position by my
Hey.
side. Oh yeah. Queen, I need you here position by my side.
It's a live Lysious exclusive.
Your love lifts me up. Way too hot, come down. Girl, I can't lie, I want all of your love. Let's make it official right now. Cause your love lifts me up. Way too hot, come down. Girl, I can't lie, I want all of your love. Let's make it official right now. Queen.
That's amazing.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Hey,
Thank you, brother.
so is this out now?
So Queen is not officially out yet, right?
Oh, so we just got a live Lysious exclusive. Okay.
Real exclusive, real exclusive, like very rare. You feel me?
Right. Appreciate that. Appreciate
you know
that.
what I'm saying? some rare air. But
right.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like that's the first one that we really about to come with and push.
Y'all got a release date for the project yet? Or no?
Well, so we're looking at early next year.
Okay.
2021, we want to come out kicking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kicking, screaming. I definitely want to come out with, Queen and really focus our energy and our efforts there, just because that song is a dynamic, just it gets positive feedback.
That's what I'm gonna say. It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's a good party song and it's a vibe. I just caught a vibe, no pun intended.
Hey, look, you caught a vibe. Look, you about to write music too. Like,
see what I did there?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like it's a vibe, it's a positive vibe, and it's like who don't want to get some wine with their lady?
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah,
and like,
it's amazing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in the midst of COVID-19 where we all can't even kick it and connect. It's like who don't want to have that person that you could be with and enjoy your time with them and unwind, but then like connect to God, but then feel like you got love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this. I always like to ask people, I'm going to ask you these last two questions and let you go. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, man, I see myself, number one, working at the highest levels, the cutting edge, the frontier of business as far as tech is concerned. Tech specifically, things to do with music and marketing. I also see myself, really transforming lives through my keyboard academy, right? Because, I'm basically creating a product, Lysious, that's going to be, you know, no more than $25.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be a series of lessons step by step to
Yeah.
teach you how to make your first R&B song in less
That's
than 21
amazing.
days.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
I'm
That's
talking
amazing.
about you.
Well,
You know
oh
what
yeah,
I'm
of
saying?
course.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Literally. So it's
Of
like
course.
literally,
I'm yeah, you know, because I got a little vocal.
look,
You know, so I can,
look. If you got that, then look, all you need is a keyboard, and you know,
right.
I can literally teach you how to play in all the 12 of the keys
Mm.
in less than 21 days. I mean, it's
That's
like,
wow.
it's that type of method, it's that type of strategy, it's that, you know, technology is using something to solve a problem.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you straight up, I don't know how to play in all 12 keys.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I know how to use technology
right.
To solve that problem. And
right.
I mean, when you hear me play, you never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
you know, I see myself as someone that's working at the frontier of digital products,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then otherwise, I see myself transitioning, you know, full time into taking a leadership role in an actual entertainment or media company. You know,
Okay. Okay.
I know through the years I've had the opportunity to develop my chops.
Yeah.
In the boardroom. You know what I mean? So
we
it's
need
like,
that. Definitely need
yeah,
that.
we need that. We need representation at the table, and we need people that are thinking futuristic, thinking like, okay, well, how can we reimagine headphones? How can we reimagine making music? I mean, how can we reimagine learning music? You know, how can we make it more easy and more efficient and more affordable?
Yeah.
Right. So I want to be a purposeful leader in that regard. And, you know, in 5 years, I see myself just, if, you know, God willing, you know, outside of building a family, right, raising my daughter, hopefully having more children, being married, those types of things outside of those like family goals.
Right.
I'm certainly thinking about like how I can be putting my family in a position to be stable through my ability to, you know, go out there and bust my ass doing what I love. Which is
Now obviously you've leveled up. You've leveled up, and I say that with
thank you, bro.
all. And I say that with all seriousness. Now I'm not just trying to size you up. You've leveled up from the dude that I saw at Howard to where you're at right now. And the reason why I say that is because I know that when I put this together and we post it, it's gonna be a bunch of youngins watching. I want you to talk to that kid right now. Give me top 5 lessons that you've learned so far that you want to talk to somebody about, you know, just life, the business, and everything. What has really helped you,
thank you, Drew.
you know, thus far? Yeah.
I would say 5 lessons. Number 1, keep God first.
Okay.
Absolutely first and foremost.
Yeah.
Number 2, honor thy mother and thy father, so thy days shall be long amongst the land.
Amen.
Sometimes mother and father, you know, you might butt heads.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you're blessed to have your mother and your father there and they've been there with you through the years, and they want to see you succeed, right? So it's like, you know, the Bible says there's safety in the multitude of counsel.
Yeah,
part of that counsel should be your parents.
You better preach now. Come on now. Come on now.
Talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey.
All right.
Come on now.
So number 3, number 3 would be, you know, prayer changes.
Yeah.
Right. So keeping God first just means you praising and you worshiping Him, but like prayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actual prayer consistently as much as possible. Like I understand that people sometimes go through challenges where it's even hard to get the fortitude to pray. Yeah. But it's like, man, try to do your best to just pray. And then number 4 is gratitude.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta be grateful. Yeah.
Gratitude in the midst of seeming chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like sometimes, you know, along this path, you know, we see people and we like, oh man, that person is doing that. Look at that. Look, they so strong and brave. Yeah. But it's like, you hear a lot of stories. Like I was watching the story of Scooter Braun.
Yeah.
Scooter Braun is somebody that we celebrate in the music community. But he was basically saying how like there was a stitch of time where he was paying Justin Bieber's bills. him and his mother, and he was paying Asher Roth's bills, who was another artist. And he said that he was coming up on his last 2 months.
Wow.
Okay, of money in his savings. And like right within the last 2 months, something happened with Justin Bieber. He said he was pitching Justin, he wasn't landing nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like right now, we would look at that situation and say, like we knew Justin Bieber was gonna be it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
people always say that. People. Listen, here's the thing. Not to cut you off, but people always say that, and I'm like, wait a minute. Where was the support when we was coming up?
You know, and I think maybe I could give you so many things for 5, right? But here's what I give you for 5. This is a gem and this is a jewel. But it's like manage your expectations with your friends helping your career.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? So I think we touched on spirituality. We've touched on the importance of relationship, especially with your parents and whatnot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Drew. I appreciate you, bro. Drew just said I'm proud, bro.
Yeah.
My dog, you know, Drew bit dog.
Yeah.
Drew bit dog. Listen, we blessed, bro. But you know, the thing is that manage your expectations of how your friends are supposed to come into your career and help your career along. Right? Like I know, you know, graduating from Howard, it's like going to Hogwarts, my G.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you in class, everybody Harry Potter though.
Yeah.
Everybody in this motherfucker Harry Potter. 5 years later, you gonna go on LinkedIn, every nigga is on something.
Right.
And I think as much as you can, you want to make sure that while you're at Howard, you treat everybody good.
Right.
And moreover, when you're anywhere, you treat anybody good because you never know where someone's gonna be.
Right.
But then understand that when that person get there, no matter what you've done for them in the past, do not expect that everybody's going to always reciprocate or or as they say, send the elevator back down.
Right. Yeah.
And be good with that because sometimes a person not necessarily sending the elevator back down forces you to take the steps.
You better talk about it.
You gotta take the steps.
You better talk about it.
If you just gotta press a button and you land on the 10th floor, it's like, how we get here? We here.
Yeah.
But if you gotta take the steps,
oh my God, you just
you can look down and say, damn, boy, I walked up 14 flights.
Let me tell you something. I was just thinking, funny you said that. I was saying how it was just a funny quote or a meme or something I was thinking about, like how it's so much room at the top, but it's too many people waiting for the elevator. Don't nobody want to take the step. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of room, but we're just crowded down here waiting for the set elevator to come back down.
Everybody waiting for the elevator. And like everybody don't understand that like sometimes that person that took that rise, they send the elevator back down, but they just prioritize and they got to send it to this man first.
Yeah.
You know, because he helped them out. What you don't know is that maybe he helped them out the most. You know what I'm saying? You might have thought you did something, but it's like, you know, people are doing their very best too, right? So manage your expectations, period. And then, but take inventory of who's helping you on the way up too.
Right. No, that's important. That's important. And I feel like, I think that's also a word for myself and for just anybody too watching. It's just that a lot of times one of the things that I have learned in this time and season is really not to take stuff personal at all. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of times we place so much emphasis because and that's just human nature, right? So it's like you expect certain people to like support you and to show up for you, but I found that like at this stage in my life, I'm not really worried about who is supporting and who is not. I just celebrate like the support wherever it comes from. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't get all caught up in, oh, why you ain't do this? Me and you go way back, woo woo woo. It's like it's cool, you know. If you didn't do it now, you might do it next time. You know what I'm saying? That alone, I think is
about it.
Yeah,
talk about it. And that's a word too. And you know what, Lysious, if I could give a 6th point, I would say as you're moving along in life, understand that your mentors don't got to be older than you. Sometimes a mentor can be younger than you. And
Absolutely.
most importantly, you better goddamn well be sure and know and be assured that your mentor can be to your left and your right. They can be a peer.
Of course.
And it's
Absolutely.
important to stay tapped in with your peers, right?
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes people around me are like surprised, but I'll just call people out of the blue and be like, "What's
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
You know, what are you doing lately? How are
Yeah.
things?"
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm already in the midst of the next generation of who's going to be the next leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I honor those who have already done it, but I recognize that there's some young cat in the room that's seeing the future.
Yeah.
And it's probably you, it's probably me.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's important for me to tap into my guys. So, you know, it's important to have frequent conversations
Yeah.
with your network and frequent touch points with the people that you come up with and you see coming up around you, and people that maybe are a step behind you, people that are a
Yeah.
step ahead of you, you know,
Yeah.
but just stand and tap and in
Yeah.
touch with the people that
Absolutely.
are following their passions and
And yeah,
special
and
pursuits.
even to that point too, just building like real and like meaningful and like genuine relationship. You know what I mean? Like, which is something that me and you definitely have, because neither one of us, I didn't know I was going to be a Radio One. I didn't know that, you know what I mean? But it was,
Nobody,
you know what I'm saying?
nobody knew
No, I
that
didn't
this
know.
was
Like,
even on
and it
your
was,
agenda.
and to this day, and not, I'm not going to hold you. To this day, people tell me, well, I didn't even know that you was going to be doing so and so at this point in time and all that extra stuff. And I was like, me neither. Like, you know what I mean? But it goes back to building real and meaningful relationship, because you never know. You really never know. And I found that everybody that you need, one of the things I'm also learning at this time is not to chase after people, because the people that you need are already like in your circle. Like, you just have to look within.
Come on now, it's like
You just have to look
God is gonna
within.
give you. He's gonna give you access to some of the things that you need, and some of it's gonna be right there in
Right
your
there.
reach. And
Absolutely.
you know that's why gratitude is important, because
Yeah.
gratitude will give you the opportunity to wipe your eyes and say, "Oh, wow, well, let me stop fighting mom and dad. Mom and dad actually are giving me some good guidance. They're telling me to study physics.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
telling them I want to go straight to audio engineering, but they're telling
Yeah.
me, you know, this will give me some technical background
Yeah.
to match with the audio
And
engineering.
look
And I'm
look
like,
how
y'all
that
wrong.
helps you.
But
Right.
they
Look how it
right. They're
helps you.
so
Yeah.
right. Like now,
Right.
I can make a software that does music. You know, I've
Yeah.
worked in that world now, and that's by
Yeah.
virtue of following my parents' guidance. So you know, bro, man, I'm so grateful that we've had a chance to chop it up. I actually got a studio session at 8:30. One of my guys, a great poet, I should introduce you to him at some point, is coming through to add some additional skits to my project.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope.
So
Listen, man, I'm gonna let you go. But I tell you this all the time. You know, I'm very proud of you. And with every opportunity that I get, I am always going to reach back out and invest in you and all that you got going on. And
thank you, bro.
because I believe wholeheartedly in the philosophy, of, each one teach one, each one help one. You got to reach back out and pull the next person up. You know what I'm saying? I think together is how we win. And one of the things that I'm very mindful of is us not getting in this mentality where we are so concerned with our own individual elevation that we forget our collective elevation. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say that I'm very proud of you. And as
Thank you,
much as
bro.
God helps me, you know what I'm saying, I am going to keep supporting everything that you have going on. And thank you
Thank you,
so
bro.
much for taking time to come on the show. And, we're looking forward to all that you have going on. So congrats, because I know that you're going places, definitely. And I'm speaking that into existence. You're already on that path. So keep doing what you do, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lysious, man. Thank you for bringing me up on the show. I'm a visionary. I see a vision for you. I see a vision for myself. I see us, crossing paths, at the highest levels, bro. We just getting started. God willing, we get long life, and we can be old head men laughing about how, we was a class together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I know. All right, bro.
All right, man. Take it easy. Talk to you later.
All right, take it easy, yo.
All right.